Today we are going to talk about the importance of properly interpreting the Bible. I'm going to give you a few really important tips on what to do in order to fully understand what a particular passage is actually saying. And I'm also going to show you how easy it is to completely misinterpret a passage and in turn kind of believe it to mean something other than what it actually says. Here are the few tips. First, we're going to ask, what type of writing is this? Is it poetry, narrative, discourse, etc.? What is the theme of the book that we're reading this passage from? And what comes before and after the passage itself? This might be one of the most important things when interpreting verses out of the Bible, is what does it say before and after? Below I have here an example of something called the circles of context. Let's take a look at that. You're going to take the verse and see what it means. Then you're going to look before it and after it to get an understanding of what the context says. If that doesn't help you interpret it, you're going to look at the chapter that it's in, and then you're going to want to read the overall book. And then it's also good to know what the New Testament says about things and what does the Old Testament say about things. And then overall, you're going to want to have a good idea of what does the overall context of the entire Bible say. So today I'm going to give us two examples. We're about to pull a verse directly out of the Bible and read it and see what we think it says. And then we're going to plug it back into the overall context, read before, during, and after this verse to get a better understanding. Second example we're going to do is we're going to take something from the New Testament, one of Jesus' teachings, and we're going to read it. Then we're going to look to the Old Testament for an overall context of the Bible to help explain what this verse is actually saying. Let's take a look at the first example now. Here I've pulled a verse directly out, plucked it from its context, and we're going to read it by itself. 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9. But as it is written, eye hath not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which God hath prepared for them that love him. Now, what does it seem like it's saying here by itself? It almost seems like it's saying nobody knows. Nobody knows anything that God has prepared for them. I could kind of think that would be a little discouraging, because what's the point of trying to search or get closer to God if no man knows? But let's plug it back into the overall context and see if that helps us further understand what it's truly trying to say here. Which none of the rulers of this age knew, for had they known, they would not have crucified the Lord of glory. But as it is written, eye has not seen, nor ear heard, nor have entered into the heart of man the things which God has prepared for those who love him. But God has revealed them to us through his Spirit. For the Spirit searches all things, yes, the deep things of God. So what it's saying is no man knows alone, but we can gain this type of understanding from the Spirit of the Lord. It's through his Spirit that we are revealed these things by God. Now we see how plugging in a verse back into its overall context before and after, it helps us much better understand what it's saying. Now here goes another example. We're going to take, like I said, we're going to go to the New Testament and pull from there. Let's see what we can come up with. Right here, we're going to take a look at Luke chapter 17, verse 5 and 6. And the apostles said to the Lord, increase our faith. So the Lord said, if you have faith as a mustard seed, you can say to this mulberry tree, be pulled up by the roots and be planted in the sea, and it would obey you. Now this right here says, if you have faith as a mustard seed. I do not see it stating in there anywhere the size of a mustard seed. You might also want to take a look at Matthew chapter 17, verse 20. And so this isn't saying anything about the size of a seed. Jesus is saying have faith as a mustard seed, and you could move this mountain or this tree in this example here. Now let's take a look at what does the overall context of the Bible say about seed, faith as a mustard seed. So let's take a look at Genesis chapter 1, verse 11. Then God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb that yields seed, and the fruit tree that yields fruit according to its kind, whose seed is in itself on the earth, and it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, the herb that yields seed according to its kind, and the tree that yields fruit, whose seed is in itself according to its kind. and God saw that it was good. So let's look back here at Luke chapter 17, verse 5. The apostles asked Jesus to increase our faith. And Jesus is flat out telling us right here. He's not saying if you have faith the size of a little old mustard seed. He's saying have faith like seed, or as seed. And Genesis tells us faith as a mustard seed, it grows back its own kind. So let's plant our faith as seed. So it's not telling you to have seed or faith the size of a mustard seed, but have faith like that of a mustard seed. Now, take one more look at this. I hope that this will help you better learn and study the Bible and be able to look at the context. These are very important questions to ask when trying to interpret any single Bible verse. What type of writing? What is the theme? And what comes before and after?